City of Allen Fishing. I'm Glenn, and this round we're talking about how we stored a bunch of these rods that we had for less than $30, or for about $30, with these wood wall racks, rod racks. What we did was pick up a few things at the local Home Depot and put these together at a fairly cheap price compared to what how many poles are up there. I think we've roughly got maybe 36, 40 poles up on the walls, and we didn't want to spend too much, so we found a way to do this using the Keep It Simple Stupid principle, KISS, KISS principle. So do stay tuned while we go into detail on how we made these. Okay, how we made these. So from a bill of material standpoint of what we used, it was basically some poplar hardwood that we picked up at Home Depot. It's a hobby hardwood. It's less than 1 inch thick and it's less than 2 inches wide. And we used some deck wood screws, and then we used some drywall screws. The drywall screws to mount into the wall, and then the wood screws to make little pegs in the wood to allow us to mount the rods. Also, we used some electrical tape so that we could wrap the wood screws and protect the rods from rubbing up against the threads. Other than that, it was a pretty straightforward build. Okay, from how we made one of these, first step one was just measuring and cutting. In a couple of cases, we didn't even have to cut it. I think we went with 4-foot and 2-foot lengths, but then another set back over here this way, I think we just used the whole 6 foot. And then over here, I think we did the same thing. And then with that, where was once we got everything measured and cut and measured out the distances for where we would mount the screws. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward. So we'll just show some video here and there as to how we put it together, and then give an overview of what it looks like.
All right, just to give an overview of some of the quick steps. It's a very simple build. All we did was take 2 lengths of the poplar hardwood, 3-foot lengths, cut that, I think it was a 6-foot length, we cut it to 2 3-foot lengths, and from there we just started mounting the screws at an angle. And once we did that, we then put the mounting screws, which is about 1.5 inches from the ends, and then before we actually mounted it on the wall, we put the electrical tape, and then after that we mounted it on the wall, and then finally we added an extra about a 1/2 inch below the mounting hole, put one more set of screws at an angle so that we could add another rod to there. And bottom line, we ended up having enough to mount all our fishing rods that we were going to mount on the wall. I think it was like 36, 40 rods for definitely less than $30.
All right, so thanks for joining us, and hopefully you find this video useful in being able to store and unclutter the mess in your room. All right, next time we'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing.